challenge that many of us have, however, is one, we don't really know what we want. We confuse what we need from what we want. And the truth of the matter is, if you are motivated by your needs, you will never attain a mind of richness. Welcome to the first episode of Think and Grow Rich Mindset Series. Step 1, desire. Napoleon Hill wrote, whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. There's no better example than the beginning of chapter 2, desire, where he tells the story of Edwin Barnes. And he says Edwin Barnes got off of that train looking like a tramp, but had the mind of a king. Looking like a tramp and had the mind of a king. He came to New Jersey with one definite goal in mind, one desire, to be the business associate of Thomas Edison. He did not physically resemble someone that would be a business associate of Mr. Edison, but he had a mind of richness. As Napoleon Hill writes, Barnes succeeded because he chose a definite goal, placed all of his energy, all of his willpower, all of his effort, everything back of that goal. Your desire has to be definite, has to be clear, has to be so burning inside of you that it encompasses all your being. It is a desire that when you wake up during the day, it moves you. It provides you the purpose, the desires of what you want. The challenge that many of us have, however, is one, we don't really know what we want. We confuse what we need from what we want. And the truth of the matter is, if you are motivated by your needs, you will never attain a mind of richness, because needs are just what we need literally to survive. We need to have shelter. We need to have food. We need to have water. We do what is required to acquire what we need. But what we want is way more than what we need. No one needs a big house. No one needs a large company. No one needs a nice car. And really, as life has shown us, no one needs freedom. But those of us who want freedom understand what is required to attain freedom. The ability to do what you want, when you want, and how you want is freedom. The ability to say no is freedom. And most of us don't have. And all that Think and Grow Rich is really about what is required of you to attain life of freedom. When you are free, you thrive. When you go after and attain what you want, you are thriving. When you only go after that of which you need, you are just surviving. And there's nothing wrong with just surviving, but that's not why you're listening to this episode. That's not why you listen to this series, because you don't want to just survive. You want to thrive. And in order to thrive, you have to have a definite purpose, the knowledge of what you truly want, and a burning desire to possess it. Once you decide that of which you truly desire, that of which you truly want, then you translate that into the monetary equivalent. How much money will it require to live the life you truly want? Napoleon Hill tells you how to transfer what you truly desire into the physical equivalent. And it starts with provide a statement of what you desire. Write a clear and concise statement of the following: exact amount of money that is going to be required for you to achieve that of which you desire. What you intend to give up in return for that money that you desire. The exact date in which you intend to possess this money. List a definite plan of action. How are you going to attain the money that you desire. And as Mr. Hill says, start right away. But here's the key. When you write this statement out, you're not done. Say it to yourself when you get up in the morning, out loud, before or after you brush your teeth. Look in the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes when you say this statement. And at night, before you go to bed, before or after you brush your teeth, do it again. Say the same statement out loud, looking in the mirror. Do this every single day. And why? Because with repetition and consistency, it becomes you. It really works into your subconscious. It becomes your being. It becomes who you are. Your statement of desire, the date in which you intend on accomplishing it, becomes who you are. And why does that matter? Because once it becomes part of who you are, how you see everything from that point forward will be in the prism of, does it help me take me toward my goal, or does it not? Is it an addition or a subtraction or a distraction? You will walk with a sense of purpose. You will walk with a sense of clarity once you know and have owned that which you truly want. When you say your statement of desire out loud, imagine yourself already there. Imagine yourself in the place in which you want to be. Part of the purpose for the daily ritual of repeating your definite statement is to reinforce your belief. As Mr. Hill writes, there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until he believes he can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief. So often opportunity comes our way and we don't see it because we don't have a mind of believing that we can accomplish it, believing that we deserve it. Let me repeat that. So often opportunity comes our way right in front of us, but we don't have a state of mind of belief. We can't see it. It's right there. If we just open our minds and we just believe that we can accomplish what we desire. It's not a surface desire. It's not a general desire. It's not, I want to be rich. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. Those are all very important things. But what do they mean? What does that look like? Rich for me is different than rich for you. Wealthy for me is different than wealthy for you. Healthy for me is different than healthy for you. Happy for me is different than happy for you. So you have to know what that looks like for you. And when you know what it looks like for you, you say exactly what it looks like for you. You dream exactly what it looks like for you. You imagine exactly what it looks like for you. You train your mind. You believe, just like Mr. Barnes did. And Mr. Barnes got off of that train, even though he did not look like he was going to be a business associate of Thomas Edison. He had the mind of a king. And you, even if you may not be where you want to be, you can still imagine yourself there. You can have a mind of a king. One of the things that is required for this is focus. Because once you start saying that statement twice a day out loud, you will start realizing how focused you become. You will start realizing the different decisions you now make in your day-to-day activities because you become focused on that which you truly desire. I was listening to a documentary of one of my favorite artists, John Coltrane. And his documentary talked about when John Coltrane disappears upstairs into a room away from his family. He only comes out to get something to eat. And he stays up there for 2 weeks, leaves the room, comes back to join his family. And he says to his wife, I have it. I have it. She says, what? You have what? I have the concepts for my next album. That next album was one of the greatest jazz albums ever made. Love Supreme. And Love Supreme is John Coltrane ode to God. He spent those 2 weeks basically becoming one with his God. And in doing that, going through that process, he created one of the greatest albums ever, Love Supreme. But it was that focus. So when we get back to when I talk to you about the figuring out what it is you truly want, I'm not saying to go to the extreme of John Coltrane, but go away. Find you a space where you can become one with you, where you can be introspective, so you can really figure out what it is that you truly want. Because many people don't know what they want. They think they know what they want, but it's superficial. Or it's created by society. Oh, I should want this. I want that. And what happens is that many people attain what they think they wanted and are very unhappy, unsatisfied, unfulfilled. And it could be because those people did not do that work of truly being one with self and thinking about and feeling about what it is I truly want. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you truly want to do, research what it will cost. And once you know that number, you go, yes, when you go to the exercise, and now you have the dollar amount, right? The financial equivalent of what you desire. Napoleon Hill talks about resiliency, and he's made an observation about people who are successful. And he said, all who succeed in life gets off to a bad start and pass through many heartbreaking struggles before they arrive. The turning point of those who succeed comes at the moment of some crisis, which they are introduced to their other selves. I love that line. When you are trying to grow, you don't play it safe. When you are trying to attain that of which you truly desire, that you truly want, it will not come easy. It will not come overnight. It will not come without its challenges. And what will separate you from others is that you will keep going. Is that moment that you will reveal your other self. See, most people are afraid of their other self. That's why they play it safe. They are afraid that the other self won't be able to hack it. So that's why they play it safe. That's why they convince themselves that they are content, that they are happy. But you are different. You know that before you can achieve it, you have to believe it. Because you know that when you believe it, when those moments come of crisis, you will not only stand up, you will stand out. It's your other self that will get you that of which you truly want. As Mr. Hill says, every adversity brings with it a seed of equivalent advantage. There's an opportunity in practically everything. All right. So you have your homework. Step 1, writing a clear and concise statement of desire and repeating it when you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed at night. I'll see you next week for step 2 on our road to a rich mindset.